This is it then, the final of the Danish Darts Open. The 8th European Tour event of the year is reaching its conclusion. It has been a dramatic 3 days here at the Brøndbyhallen in Copenhagen. And these two guys here have experienced their fair share of drama. They've both survived match darts to come through to this stage of the tournament, where the title and £25,000 in ranking money is up for grabs. Dave Chisnall, a man who has won 14 PDC ranking titles and has won on the Euro Tour before, is the favourite. But Chris Dobey, a man yet to win a PDC title, has taken out some big names, not least Gerwyn Price. An astonishing comeback from 3-0 down against the red-hot Iceman has given him a chance in his first ever European Tour final. It has been a fantastic crowd all the way through this tournament. They've got one more game to sing their hearts out. Who walks away with the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Chris to throw first. Game on!
It is Hollywood and Chizzy in the Danish Darts Open. Paul Nicholson, the last Geordie to win a PDC ranking title, alongside me in the comms box for this one.
Well, Chris could go one better than I did on 2 occasions in the European Tour final. I nearly got there. Chris now has the opportunity to go one better. First to 8, remember. That format has come about at the beginning of last year, and I think it's a very good addition. It gives the final just a little bit more grandeur. And this is the first time that Chizzy has been in a best of 15 final.
34.
Chizzy only has the 1 Euro Tour title, but this, incredibly, is his 7th final on the European circuit. He's played in finals in 4 different countries now. Many of them in Germany, but he's also made the final in Gibraltar, in Innsbruck in Austria, and of course here in Copenhagen in Denmark. And it is a who's who of darting greats who have beaten him in those finals. As the Professor fires in the first maximum of this contest. It's 14 180s for the weekend for Chizzy.
You're determined to get that nickname on the back of his shirt, aren't you?
Hey, look, I like it. Yeah, Dave Chisnall he did win a Euro Tour final. That was back in 2013. But he's lost to Taylor, he's lost to Barney, he's lost to MVG a couple of times, he's lost to James Wade. I mean, it's not as if the draw's opened up.
Double 16 for a 146. Oh, statement made! Well, in the words of the Northumbrians, that was belter. If he keeps doing that, there's going to be more sayings coming out of the Northumberland Dictionary in the next 20 minutes.
Well, look, that's the highest checkout of the weekend for Chris Dobey. It was a 1-2-3 checkout, his previous best. That was the checkout that sparked his fight back against Gerwyn Price. It may spark his challenge in this final.
Oh, we've seen some good checkouts this weekend, haven't we?
Oh.
Seen a 161 from Wadey. So a really good 146 from Johnny Clayton.
Spectacular 144 match-winning shot for Gerwyn Price against Ryan Harrington.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Chizzy's had a 145 himself. It's the finish in this weekend, really, that has been Dave Chisnall's strong point. He is hitting almost half his darts at double. Chris Dobey is around about, there you go, 39%. Now, that's kind of what these pros expect. 40% they think is what they should be doing on a regular basis. But to win a big game like this, you might have to be better than that.
Yeah, I think you've got to be up towards 50. Double 18. I'll take the 12 darter. He gets the 12 darter. What a start to this final for Chris Dobey. And you and I both know, Dan, this boy can perform in a final. Hasn't won one yet, but he can perform.
58.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly a roll call of nobodies that have beaten Chris Dobey in finals, actually. He's lost to former European champion Simon Whitlock. That was his first final 2.5 years ago. He lost to some bloke called Van Gerwen in March last year, and he lost to Krzysztof Ratajski, the former world master. last year. And the game against Van Gerwen, he was beaten 6-2. He averaged 110 in that game, Chris Dobey. So he did perform. It's just that Van Gerwen was unreal.
Well, reading from the Twitter sphere, this weekend has been, well, it's not over yet, but it could be a career changer for Chris and a continuation of progression for Dave. But for Chris, winning in the last 16 probably got him in the match play.
Oh, that, yeah.
The quarter-final win definitely got him in the match play and likely got him in the Grand Prix. The semi-final win has got him in both of those more than likely. And his place in the Europeans is pretty much sold now. If he wins this tournament, he's going to be seeded for the next 12 months and he can start writing his own checks.
Well, Chris Dobey has only just moved into the top 32 in the world for the first time this year. Dave Chisnall gets on the board with a 12-darter of his own. Double top has been very good for him so far this weekend as he breaks back.
He doesn't just hit it from the middle either. He hits it from the left and the right. He can hit it from anywhere. What's next, Dave? You can hit it from off the stage. He probably could.
The way he's been pinning it this weekend. Absolutely no bother whatsoever, but you're right. Chris Dobey is a player who a lot of people for a good few years now have been saying he could be a real star of this game. And we do see, he's had runs, he's had those finals that I've just reeled off there, and he's looked dangerous, looked great at the World Championship, only narrowly lost to Gary Anderson, who's something of a mentor for him. But he has been narrowly missing out for the last couple of years on some of those big tournaments. The match play, missing out the final weekend of qualification 2 years running. Hasn't made it to the Grand Prix as yet. He is, this weekend, not just going to break through that ceiling, he is going to smash through it. And the money from this, the money from the match play, the money from the World Grand Prix, he's into the top 32 now. He's up to number 30 in the world by virtue of making this final. He could go up to 26 if he wins this, but there's more money to come. And he's going to go up and up and up. And a bit like Nathan Aspinall, you think, well, he's probably going to get himself a good 2-year spell here where the sky's the limit, particularly, and you saw the confidence in the first leg of that 146. He knows what he can do. He knows he's got the game to take on the best in the world. It's about doing it on a regular basis.
Chizzy's going to leave tops again. This keeps happening.
39.
And Chris needs another finish north of 140. He's not going to get this one. It's a bit trickier 143 because you cannot use the same treble twice.
47.
Chisnall's done well to get himself back in this final after being shell-shocked in the first 2 legs. Oh, picture perfect. And there is Nathan Aspinall on the right-hand side, doing his best to hide from the paparazzi in that hat.
Yeah, Nathan's, he's mates with Chris, and he says, I'm quite happy to see him doing well, but I'll be honest, I've just had to watch Johnny Clayton and Chris Dobey keep on winning games today, and it's going to knock me out of the seeded places for the European Tour events. So he's not entirely made up about the whole situation.
Well, Nathan, you'll just have to go to the qualifiers and win again. There he is. With Roger and his friend Lee, who's behind him. He's been here all weekend, supporting both Chris and Nathan. It's been a fabulous crowd this weekend, and they're all sitting down intently watching this final. It just seems to have disappeared a little bit for Chris in the last couple of legs. He needs to get that rhythm back.
Yeah, well, we saw against Gerwin Price that he went on this incredible run of winning 6 legs on the spin. But Chizzy, he's hitting a 180 every other leg here. And that makes it incredibly hard. You know he's got the firepower, though, Chisnall. You know he's going to be hitting those big scores. It's down to you to hit some back at him, but it is very, very difficult.
Well, this leg, if Dave wins it, would be huge because it would be his first break of throw in the last couple of legs, and it would put him in the lead for the first time. Chris just isn't scoring heavily at all. He's searching for big numbers. He's used the board correctly there to leave the 170. He's hoping Dave doesn't get the 60, but he does. And it's tops.
80.
Can't find it this
Chris
time
require
around.
170.
But he is going to come back, and Dave Chisnall, you don't want to give him one dart at tops, let alone more, because all the way through this weekend, especially in his defeat of Jermaine Watamene, he was pinning tops for fun.
Six leg Dave to throw first.
I'll tell you what, with Dave Chisnall, the way he's been hitting tops in this tournament, in particular this evening, it's like taking £1 million check and giving it to Lehman Brothers and expecting to get more back. It just ain't going to happen. Dave is going to punish you.
123.
Got to maintain rhythm. The rhythm is, in this throw has been much better. It was a lot quicker in the last leg. He's rushing a couple of darts.
He must be absolutely buzzing. I know he has made finals before, Dobey, but he's not done it on a big stage. He's not done it in this sort of atmosphere. And he's not done it with such a prize at the end of it. 25 grand, ranking money. A first PDC title. And, you know, it opens doors to things like the Grand Slam if he does go on and win it.
He does love the Grand Slam. Made the quarters there once before. And that was when we got to know the real Chris Dobey.
Chizzy leaves 101. He's taken that out a few times this weekend. Treble 19 will be the first target for Chizzy. Now it's treble 14.
That one was just a little bit lazy. Now he's got to recalibrate. That'll do. And Chris has got to use this throw to find something. Keep it together, keep the rhythm going and stay straight. That's better.
34, Dobey required 32.
He's playing some heavyweight stuffers, Dave.
And
that is another big blow. He's the first one to get halfway. Can Dobey rebound?
4 legs on the spin. 12 darter, a couple of 16 darters, a 13 darter. Chizzy is doing what he's been doing all weekend, averaging round about the ton, looking very, very good on the doubles. You know there's going to be some big scores coming in from him because that's just what he does. And he's in danger of doing to Chris Dobey what Chris Dobey did to Gerwyn Price, and that's go on a huge run in the middle of the game where it just puts him in a position where he's going to go on and win from there.
Well, we were racking our brains, weren't we, before the game started, about people from the very northeast of England, particularly Northumberland and Tyne and Wear, who have won PDC titles. And the closest we could come to is Rob Malarkey. Closest we come to, apart from myself, because I was born in Newcastle and raised in Northumberland. I'm very proud of it too.
90.
Was Colin Osborne, who was from Middlesbrough originally, and Glenn Durant, of course, who's from Middlesbrough. And Callan Ritz from Northumberland, who has won on the Dev Tour.
Yes, and look, you know, Adam Hunt's got a great record on the youth/development tour. Good mate of Chris Dobey's. And this is one of the really impressive things about Chris is that he's learned how to be competitive in PDC. He was too old when he started doing PDC to do any of the development tour or anything like that. He's just had to go in with the big boys and figure it out.
He's hitting a bit of a wall at the minute, is Chris.
72.
And a switch to the 18s was the right thing to do there, but he came up short, and Dave is doing everything in his power to leave double top.
32.
I was going to say, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, but that time he has given the opportunity to Dobey that he craved. He's got the 60. It's tops for him now. That's all right for a guide. And he's got it. He needed that to stop the rot.
He really did. Only one leg in it. The head-to-head stats between these two are intriguing. It's perhaps not as one-sided as you might think. Chizzy, a 14-time winner of PDC titles, you would expect him to have won more games against Chris, but there's only one game in it. He's won 5 and lost 4. And their very first meeting was actually when Chris Dobey went to the quarterfinals of the European Tour for the very first time. That was 3 years ago. Beat Chizzy in the last 16.
Well, he's just said, Chris, first dart. He knows what he needs to fix. If he gets that right, he can attack the next one. And Dave's first one has been so much better in this final. Second and third aren't bad either. And the response from Chizzy after that rot stopper from Chris is leaving 82 after 9, and that is very useful.
81. Dave, you require 82.
Chizzy will just take his time here. I mean, he's going to go bullseye first dart. Ball leaves double 16, but in a way, he'd probably be quite happy if he just sits to 25 and then he goes single 17 for tops. Okay, well.
Now he can go treble 10.
He's hitting it even when he's not trying.
He'll probably be very disappointed with that, Dan, because now he can't go for tops. Dobey has a job on his hands to get back into this final. Dave has definitely got the right spot. If you'd have said to him before this final started, you'd be 5-3 up, he would have said, yes, please. Have you ever been to Bedlington?
No.
96.
There's not a lot there.
Chris Dobey's there. Well, all the darting Dobeys are there.
I'll tell you who else is there as well. His dad, Gordon. His uncle, Arthur. Fabulous team from the Netherton Club, where I used to play Super League with his father. The likes of Mickey Luke, Ian Arkle, Matty Willis. They'll all be watching this, hoping that Chris can do the job. Don't forget, Bedlington is where Gary Robson played most of his darts. He's originally from a place called Seg Hill, but played down the Bedlington Station Club a lot. Chris plays at the White House Unique Social Club in Ashington now, just north of Bedlington. But everybody will be biting their nails right now, hoping that Chris gets this done.
Well, he has been second best for most of this final, and it's reflected in the averages because Dave Chisnall is motoring along above the ton, and Chris Dobey, he's barely getting to 90. And we have seen this weekend, you can win games when you've got 10, 12 points lower in the averages, but not when Dave Chisnall is finishing in this manner. Can he finish this?
He can't. And Hollywood needs this 1-1-4. That last start was really important from Dave. This has got to go. First dart again is short. Second dart is short. He's going to have to put a little bit of extra power into the throw. Is the arm starting to tire? He's not used to playing these long Sundays. Dave has got more experience of it. Is that the telling factor?
Double 10. He is not putting Chris Dobey away. He's had chances to.
Good single. Wire bender. Another one. Good dart. Just not good enough. It's getting very tense up there. Both players out of their rhythm, doing a bit of extra thinking, extra breathing. These two want this badly. Chisnall is nearly there. You can see the relief in that left-handed fist pump celebration. Dodged a few bullets. 6-3 up.
Shake of the head for Chris Dobey. Is it happening again? Battle your way through to the final, play some world-class stuff, and a big name just stops you, denies you that title.
He's got to draw on what he did in the semis. He's got to have that kind of burst now. He's got to have a confidence-boosting 6 to 9 darts.
Well, I mean, one of the things that kicked him into life, he decided to have a shouting match with Gerwyn Price. And maybe just that bit of adrenaline stopped those tired darts, those low darts. But here, you're not going to have a shouting match with Dave Chisnall. I don't understand what you're on about.
Correct. And maybe we saw from Chris in that semi-final just what he needs sometimes. It's just that little injection of adrenaline. Especially when your first dart is going a little bit low, like that one there. That extra injection of adrenaline can help that dart fly that just that little bit further. He hasn't had anything to shout about in the last few legs. This is a very Chizzy type game.
I mean, remember, Chris Dobey won the first 2 legs of this contest. He's lost 6 of the next 7. Chizzy has been dominant. There's no need to go on the 19s route here, Dave Chisnall, so he may well start on the treble 20.
What do you reckon, 60 double 13 tops?
Well, he's going on the 19s.
22 scored. Might go the 18s here. Opportunity to pressurize here. He is getting absolutely livid with that first start not being on target.
60.
Yeah, it's been a real struggle for Chris Dobey over the last few legs. He'd been getting better and better all the way through this tournament, but he's just run out of steam. It's what it looks like, certainly. Chizzy, double 16.
54.
One more chance in this leg to get within 2. Needs a bit of brilliance from somewhere. Another one of those. He gets another for the Rob Cross 140.
Dave, you require 32.
He knows he's not going to get another shot in this leg. He knows Dave too well. They practice together at every single Players' Championship.
And Dave Chisnall is 1 leg away from a 2nd Euro Tour title of his career. It would be his 3rd title of the year and a 15th ranking title in the PDC. This weekend, he's seen off Krzysztof Ratajski, the defending champion Mensur Suljovic, the new World Cup of Darts player for the Netherlands, Jermaine Wattermena, and Johnny Clayton as well. There you see a host of 4 and 5 visit legs for Dave Chisnall. First 9 average. He is just absolutely crucifying Chris Dobey in the scoring stakes early on in legs.
He's killing him on the 3rd dart average, which is over 40 for Dave.
57.
When he's getting in that 60, he is compounding it with more.
And then this is pretty much his statistics for the entire weekend, averaging 98, 99, hitting half his darts at double. That, if you do that all the way through a tournament, you can win things. You can win anything. If you do that at the World Match Play in Blackpool, Dave Chisnall could be the World Match Play champion. He's a 5-time major finalist, and he's come close. He's run people close in some of those finals.
Well, the practice sessions that Dave puts in, which are bruising, they are long. You go through pain in those sessions. That's what they're for, to get you in this position so you can still play when you aren't feeling 100% and you're a little bit tired. But all of a sudden, Dave is only 115 points away from the title.
Championship darts. And Dave Chisnall is the Danish Darts Open champion. Applauded by Chris Dobey. It's disappointment for a 4th time in a final for Hollywood. Surely he's going to get there at some stage. But a massive weekend for him. We'll see him go to Blackpool. We'll see him go to the World Grand Prix for the first time. Things are looking up for Chris Dobey. But it was Chizzy's night in Copenhagen. He loved darts, him. And darts loves Chizzy.